Steady Stevie's got some work to do here, not only with Claude Giroux, but also, well, I'll ask you this. Who is the next most important free agent who is unrestricted right now for Ottawa?
I mean, I guess you probably start with Anton Forsberg, Ross, because
at least to get a sense of what he's looking for.
Yeah, I don't want to say he's the most important, but as far as like priorities, your backup goaltending position is more important than your fourth line center, your fourth line winger, your ninth defenseman. So yeah, I think and I feel like Forsberg's deserved that right to be like, okay, we're gonna start with you. And if we're going on dollar values, Ross, Forsberg is probably the guy that's gonna make the next highest amount as far as UFAs go on this list here. So, and you want to figure out your goaltending soon, because I feel like goaltending is one of those things, Ross, where everybody starts realizing, oh man, we have a problem in goaltending. And then one team makes a move, and then everyone's like, oh no, now that guy's not available. We got to make our move. And then it's just a domino effect of every team being like, let's get our goalies. Come on, we got to figure this out. So I think you go to Anton Forsberg, you see what his interest is. I think you can't go more than a 2-year deal. Even a 2-year deal, I wouldn't really love, but I'm sure Forsberg, the priority for him and his agent would be getting security rather than top dollar. He just finished a nice contract where he made some good money. So they probably want 2-year deal at least, and they would be willing to go down on AAV to make that happen. But it's got to be like 1.5 is probably the max I'm willing to go with Forsberg.
I wouldn't even go 1.5 on a 2-year deal. I would do 1 year close to 1.5, but you also just know that Meriläinen is knocking on the door, and this is the last year that Meriläinen doesn't need waivers. Also, a big elephant in the room, 6'8", would you have it, is Matt Sogard is already on a one-way contract for next season. So I think if you had asked Steve Staios last summer with a little truth serum, he would have said, yeah, this is the last year for Forsberg. We'll move Mads up as the backup next season for 1 year, and we'll see where Meriläinen and Sogard is after that. Of course, Sogard unfortunately dealt with a ton of injuries and inconsistencies this season and couldn't get into a rhythm. We still think that he's got the size, he's got the lateral movement. He can be an NHL goalie for sure. And you don't want to give up on guys too early like Ottawa's done in the past. Joey Decourt, Philip Gustafson, even Ben Bishop, even though they kind of got him just for a hot minute. But you look at across the league, and teams are always using more than 2 goalies. So I think that you would be remiss to go into next season with just Linus Ullmark, Levi Meriläinen, and Mads Sogard. You need a veteran goalie. And Anton Forsberg is 6th in Senators history in wins and 5th in games played all time.
Yeah.
For goalies. Like he's comfortable here. He's played here for a long time. He's gone through a lot with the double MCL tears on the same play. He's bounced back after an atrocious season last year where he started 28 games and had a -10 goals saved above average. And now you're looking at it where he's shown signs of improvement. So is it something you look back at? I know some people are smashing their steering wheels right now, just saying, look, we've gone through the Anton Forsberg ups and downs. It's time for a change. And I get that as a fan because there were some frustrating games this year from Forsberg, but there were also some unbelievable games from Anton Forsberg. The guy had 3 shutouts on the season, and I just look at are you going to be able to find an improvement for less money?
Exactly.
And that's where you come back to Anton Forsberg, who our friends at AFP Analytics project that he will get a 2-year contract at $1.7 million. I would not be comfortable with going that high. I think you basically go to Forsy and you say, we have this budget for a backup goalie. We'd love it to be you. We love your work ethic. We love your relationship with Linus Ullmark. You are a valuable member of this team, But in terms of the hierarchy and how our cap is distributed throughout the team, with big raises coming for Ridley Gregg, and you just need to find a way here to get him in the right spot cap wise. And if he wants to go get top dollar, good for him, and we'll be happy to say thank you for your service.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think he could get better money in the open market. Like, as far as unrestricted free agent goalies goes, I would, correct me if I'm wrong, Ross, but I think it's fair to say he's in the top 5 of the goalies available right now, UFA.
There's not many.
Right? Like, maybe even top 3. Like, he could be a coveted backup goalie, especially, Ross, for like a rebuilding team that's like, hey, you're not going to be a backup. We're going to pay you to be a 1B. Like that could certainly be the case for Forsberg. So it's going to be tough. All I know, Ross, is for all the fans that are like, you guys are crazy, Levy was so good last year, he's the backup. I'm not comfortable with that. And it's not because I don't believe in Levy Merilainen. I don't want to push too much too soon. And we did see a situation where Linus Ullmark missed a long stretch of games, and then you're in big trouble if that happens. So you got to have a safety net of a veteran backup goalie.
The only goalies who are unrestricted free agents that played more than Forsberg's 30 games last season, Alexander Georgiev, David Riddick, and Jake Allen. The save percentages, 874, 887, and 908 was Jake Allen. Forsy had a 901. Only, how many goalies? He has the second best save percentage after Jake Allen of every single unrestricted free agent goalie this season.
That's what I'm saying. For the Sens fans that are mad that we're even having this discussion, if there were better options out there, we would be talking about that. But Forsy is not a bad option.
So we'll see. What would be the highest you'd be willing to go with Anton Forsberg?
1.7 for 1 year is the highest I'm willing to go.
1 year. What about if he says 2-year deal or bust?
1.5.
Okay. Wow. I don't think I'd be willing to go.
I mean, Ross, we're talking about a couple $100,000 here with a what? $104 million cap. Like,
yeah, it is continuing to go up.
Like, if that's between you getting Forsy and having to roll the dice on, I don't know, Georgiev or someone like that, I'm chipping in a couple $100K to keep Forsy around.
And then when you are in that situation on the second year, waivers, trades,
you figure it out. Exactly.
Yeah. But the more I look at the options available, the better it looks to stick with what you know won't disrupt the room, won't disrupt the goaltending area of the team. And I'm curious to hear what the citizens have to say. Let us know in the comments on Anton Forsberg and Claude Giroux what you feel is fair for their next contract.